My name is Dharneja, and you're watching Brain Security. We are solving the advent of cyber by TryHackMe, and today is day 18. And the challenge is obfuscation, the eggshell file. Let's get started. WareVille has not felt right since the wormhole appeared. Everyone in TBFC is on high alert, systems are going haywire, dashboards are spiking, and SOC alerts have been firing non-stop. Amidst the chaos, MaxKitty keeps her focus on a particular alert that caught her interest, an email posing as the North Pole HR. It's littered with carrot emojis, but the weird thing is this: there is no North Pole human resource management. TBS's HR is at the South Pole. Digging further, she found a tiny PowerShell file from that email was downloaded. Among the code are random strings of characters, all gibberish, nothing readable at a glance. Maxeri knows malicious actors often hide code and data using a technique called obfuscation, but what is it really, and how can we decipher it? Learning objectives: learn obfuscation, why and where used, learn difference between encoding, encryption, and obfuscation, learn about obfuscation and common techniques, use CyberChef to recover plain text safely. Understanding the gibberish. Of course, obfuscation is the practice of making data hard to read and analyze. Attackers use it to evade basic detection and delay investigation. Let us say a security tool will automatically block any file that contains the word the banded yeti. To evade this, attackers use a simple cipher technique called rotation 1 to hide the string. If you have configured your tools to detect this particular string, the attackers can scramble this string and try to bypass your rule. And one of the simplest technique that they can use is rotation 1 cipher technique that shifts each letter forward by 1 in the alphabet, and here A becomes B becomes C, and so on. So caret turns into DBSSPT, DBSSPU. This is further complicated by using rotate 1 3, which moves the characters forward by 13 spaces. You can think of obfuscation as something like a scenario in which you are trying to hide your physical appearance by, dressing up as something else. For example, wearing a hoodie in a crowded space. So it prevents people from identifying you as a person, but it is not that much effective because they can identify you, right? I mean, you do not morph into an different individual. But yeah, you can somewhat relate to this. But obfuscation is not like covering, it is like scrambling your strings so that it cannot be easily understood and it bypasses many security rules. Obfuscation in the real world. So far, we've kept it simple. In the real world, you will encounter a wide range of techniques. One slightly more complicated technique would be utilizing XOR. But when you again XOR the output, it gives you the original text that was XORed. Each character is represented as a byte, and each byte is combined with a key using XOR mathematical operation. No need to go into detail. The only thing you need to know is that the operation changes the bytes into different bytes, which sometimes make the resulting text ending up with uncommon symbols or non-readable characters. Obfuscating with XOR is not something that can be done manually, but thankfully we have tools like CyberChef. Let's try to obfuscate a string using XOR by following the steps below. Open this link in the browser. At the top, you will see input box. This is where you paste the text you want to change in obfuscate. The top right, you'll see input box. Okay, let us say. And in operations, we will use XOR, and I think we will set it to hex. This tells us to apply technique to your input text. Each operation has settings you can adjust. In your case, we set the key to A. Key is A. Completely different thing. Even if you see it, you cannot manually understand that it might point to caret supremacy word. And the obfuscated result should automatically appear. If it doesn't, bake at the bottom. As you can see above, the string now becomes this. Detecting patterns. A good thing about well-known obfuscation technique is that it's easy to reverse it once you figured out the technique used. You can use these quick visual clues to guess the obfuscation technique used. Rotate 1, common words, 1 letter off, spaces stay the same, easy enough to detect. Rotate 1, 3, look for 3-letter words, common ones like the become GUR and becomes NAQ. Spaces stay the same. Base 64, long strings with this particular format, and sometimes with plus or this and often ending with an equal to or a double equal to. XOR a bit more tricky, looks like random symbols but stays same length as original. If a short secret was reused, you may notice a tiny repeat every few characters. Once you have a guess on what cipher was used, you can go back to CyberChef, but this time use an operation that does the reverse effect. For example, to deobfuscate base 64, you use from base 64 instead of to base 64. We did that very much in yesterday's exercise, yesterday's challenge. I'm gonna go to the next part. It says unfamiliar patterns. Not sure what you're looking at? It's fine. Even if you don't have an idea of what cipher was used, it was easy enough to keep on trying different operations just to see if the text becomes readable. CyberChef also includes an operation called magic that automatically guesses and tries their common decoders for you To use it, just add magic operation and look at the result. It will display multiple results and it's up to you to check whether one ends up making sense. You can even check intensive mode to make sure it tests more possibilities before giving up. This won't catch everything, so use it as a hint to help you in figuring it out. For example, questions below cannot be fully solved with magic operation alone. Layered obfuscation. To make de-obfuscation harder, threat actors would often combine multiple techniques, almost like a layered approach. For example, a script that threat actor wants hidden can be compressed with gzip XORed with a X key. Then finally base64 encoded will produce this obfuscated. So in yesterday's room we had different gates till we were able to get MaxKD. So in a particular gate we had different layers. Like first we had to decode from base64 format, then we had to XOR it, and then we got the final answer. That is an example of layered obfuscation, that you use different operations in different stages to ensure that a bit more complexity is introduced. Base64 could produce string something like this. To reverse this kind of layered obfuscation, apply the operations in opposite order. Base64 decode XOR with X, access the key, then decompress gzip. The screenshot below shows how to chain these operations to recover the original text. First we have gunzip, then we have XOR, then we have from base 64. Gzip is used for compressing the files. Then we stacked different operations for layer obfuscation. Then unwrapping the Easter egg. Luckily, MaxKitty detected something fishy in the email we received. She extracted a PowerShell script from the PDF and put it on an isolated VM to figure out what it's doing. There is some obfuscation in this script. Can you help her understand what it is? Open santastealer.ps1 located on the VM's desktop in Visual Studio by double-clicking it. And I get to start here section of the script. Follow the instructions in the code comments and save. Then run this script from the PowerShell terminal to get your first flag. Start here to do step 1, deobfuscate the string present in this variable and place the URL in the C2 variable. Then run the script to get the flag. Alright, C2 URL here. Deobfuscate the string present here. Copy. Place the URL in the C2 variable. What did it say? Deobfuscate. Step 2, obfuscation. Let us try to base 64 from and type in here. Yes, we got the URL they were asking for, and we have to paste the URL here. And we have to run this code. First we will have to save it, Control S, and then we are gonna go here, ask for a new terminal, and then we will run these commands. Some time alone. Second challenge waiting for you. This time you must obfuscate the malicious actor's API key using XOR. Follow the part 2 instruction, the code's commands, and then run the script again to get your last flag. The terminal didn't load. Okay, we can go to the Windows and type down power. I will go to cd dot slash desktop, and then over there we will just say dot slash speeder dot ps1. Incorrect XOR obfuscated by hex, but we did get the flag. What is the second flag you get after obfuscating the API key and running the script again? Let us first see what does it say. Part 1 is done. Part 2 is obfuscation. To do obfuscate the API key using XOR single byte key 0 into 37 and convert to hexadecimal. Then add the hex string to this viewed variable. Then run the script again to receive flag 2. This is your API key. We have to obfuscate it using XOR and paste it here. Then we will put in the operations. And delimiter, we don't want any delimiter, none. The hex should just be written over here. We are going to save the file and run it again, and we got our flag. And the room is completed. That's it for today. See you in the next challenge.